Well, welcome guys to this new video, and the first thing you may be thinking, this isn't actually a brand new Sega Dreamcast game. Well, this actual title I've been trying to get my hands on for quite a while, and when I actually announced in a couple of my other videos for this channel, I've always wanted to try and cover any independent game, especially for the Sega Dreamcast, as that is my favourite console since its release, and the dedication and support has been pretty awesome since its cancellation in the early 2000s. So this title called Xenocrises, which has actually been produced and made by a UK company, and we don't actually manage to get any games developed independently for older game consoles from the UK, so I'm pretty excited and finally got my hands on this title. Now, the way I actually went about trying to get this, they did announce this through Twitter. Actually, Bitmap Bureau, the company behind this, they did announce a Black Friday deal, so I managed to snap that up, got that discount code, and I did actually retweet that. So if you guys were lucky enough to get that discount code, you finally can get a physical copy of this game. But another bonus about this, not too long after my purchase, I managed to get an actual email dedicated to a link where I can actually download the game via a CDI or even a GDI file, which is an uncompressed form of the actual game, so you can actually access and download this to your console. And if you're lucky enough to get a GDEMU or any of the other SD card readers, you can actually pop your game on there and have the actual physical form as well. Something I think a lot of indie developers should be actually catching up and doing themselves. Now, the actual company Bitmap Bureau have actually not been around that long. I think they developed around about 2016, and they've actually published a couple of more games. But one of them is actually called 88 Heroes and Ninja Showdown, I believe that's what it's called, and that actually does confuse me with the SNK game. So I really appreciate these companies actually developing further games to the older consoles. Now, when I originally saw this, I thought this was definitely my style of gameplay, so I can't wait now. I'll do a little bit of an unboxing to see you guys what you actually get with your purchase. They actually are still available straight direct to their actual website. So this game is not actually featured on the White Sprite web store at all, but of course I do like to show my appreciation to these independent games actually sending games to the Sega Dreamcast or even older consoles as well. So before we do, if you'd just like to hit that like and even support this channel by clicking subscribe. I know there's a lot of guys out there kind of doing the same thing, but I do hope that you'll want to actually see this channel grow, and let me know in the comments box below where you'd like to see this channel actually direct and see what other type of hardware and independent games you want to be reviewed. And later on in the video I'll also show you some other versions that this game is actually available for as well. So here we have it, let's have a quick look now. It's in a nice protective cardboard sleeve, so ensures that it's good condition when it arrives to you. I do like that touch. Already did the peeling, and here it is. Oh, we got something else here, that is nice. What have you got? Sweet. Postcard? Ah, just a card. That's pretty sick. Nice. Didn't expect something like that. What else we got? So as you can see, the version that we got, it resembles quite the PAL edition, but it's in that CD type of case that you would have got in the NTSC-J or even North America style. So they haven't got the PAL version, but they kind of gone with the blue style. That's pretty nice. And they kind of went with their actual company logo. And it's got mil CD format, so that is actually how any independent games are actually burnt on a disc. One actual factor why the Dreamcast failed, because it was pretty simple in a way to actually get games onto a disc without even modding or hacking the console. Oh yeah. So we got information in English, German, French, and what it's compatible with. VGA, of course, so if you've got the VGA or even a HDMI adapter. Compatible with the arcade stick, 1 to 2 players. Still need to test this out with a buddy of mine. And let's have it open. Oh, that is a nice style disc. Let's have a quick look at this. That is pretty sharp. I've never seen one. Made in England, Southampton to be precise, as it sees on the delivery. Compatible with Dreamcast hardware and all regions. So when it comes to regions, this will work on any actual region console, but one thing you need to notice, there is one actual version of a Dreamcast that was later released, and mostly in Japan, that these actual independent games won't work on, but there's not many of them actually produced, so there's only a handful of people out there that these games won't work, but I wouldn't worry about that yourself. That's pretty sick. Look at this manual. 2018, so a fair few years ago, managed to finally get this in my hands.
like we used to have back in the day. Ooh, we got actually color print, clear font. This is pretty nice condition. I do like how the print quality is on this. I have been struggling on this game. I think two-player mode is this way. You can progress for this game a lot. But this manual is pretty good quality. Very impressed. This is definitely one of the higher quality manuals I've had from an independent release. There's those extra churches, you know what I mean? So pretty excited now to add this to my independent Dreamcast collection.
Now let's head into some gameplay. I have to mention, it's great to see multiple languages to choose from. It's great to see this amount of choice, especially for the Europeans. No Welsh language still available, but one day perhaps. The options actually on the main screen does remind me of a further in-depth style of what you would see from a Mega Drive game. And as I'm on about a Mega Drive game, this title was first released and designed around that console. Man, that console was huge in the UK. So you can really see the labor of love to that console with this release.
We have no time to lose, Lieutenant. Dispatch a squad of our finest Marines.
Make your selection. Commencing operations. Your mission begins now.
When greeted with an awesome soundtrack, it really gives you a great acknowledgement that you are in for a treat. The sound throughout my gaming experience of this title is a great job by Sega Dreamcast, who is the composer. I think that's how you pronounce it. The style of gameplay is a twin-stick shooter, similar to the arcade shooters like Smash TV and Shock Troopers. The art direction is obviously inspired by the Alien movie franchise, featuring single or cooperative gameplay. As for the story, it's pretty generic. The game begins with the Commander Darius receiving a distress signal from Outpost 88, a scientific research facility. The two controllable space marines are sent out on a dropship to the facility, where they begin to work their way through each level of the facility, where they face off against aliens, robots, defenses, and even Cthulhu.
And I have a wee bad feeling about this.
I have to mention the sprite animation throughout this game is some top tier work. A very smooth, fast paced quality of experience with a great title to bring to the Mega Drive and even the Sega Dreamcast. When it actually comes to the Mega Drive version, it still looks great. This version is available for physical and digital download, where I then added the ROM file, which I downloaded after my purchase. I put that file onto my T95 Android emulation gaming box. I'm sure it will work fine on a hacked or soft modded Mega Drive Mini. By all means, I'll put that link in the description box below if you want to see the videos on how to hack a Mega Drive Mini or cover it on the T95 Android TV box. The main difference between both of these games is not a huge difference. The Dreamcast version does include a higher resolution and further colour palette, the use of extra sprites as well, and the voice-over with high quality audio making it a better choice to pick up. The Mega Drive version still is packing a great experience. This game is actually available on the PlayStation 4, the Switch and the Xbox One, Series S and X, which is currently on Game Pass in the timing of this video. There are some notable differences when they come to the later generation consoles. Now with the later generation consoles, it does actually have to stretch to the widescreen format, and you will find the items and the stock info on the side of the screens, which is pretty helpful. I did notice as well with the Xbox release that the speed of the game has been slightly tweaked higher. This may be due to the fact that it has a higher FPS, and you do have further enemies on the screen at once because it can handle further sprites. But that doesn't actually create a better balance of the game, so it's not really that helpful, which actually goes to my main complaint of this game. It is a pretty tough one. I can actually push through to the 4th level on my own, but this is where the actually co-op does actually shine a lot more, because then you can push through as the player can revive the fallen player to help you bank your credits and push through. I have found some helpful methods to be further comfortable with this playstyle by using the Wingman SD converter, giving you that option to use a PlayStation 4 or Xbox controller wirelessly. I have managed to set mine up with the 360 controller. I have a dedicated video to this adapter if you wish to check that out. Apologise for the shameless plug-in again. But this adapter is pretty awesome. When you set it to controller mode, you can then set the right stick to the layout of the buttons, giving you a quicker access to a directional shooting style.
This controller function can be actually obtained via emulation of the Mega Drive version if you're using that, and stated before I was using my T95 box where I was using RetroArch. Here you can then go to the controller settings as shown and set the R stick to actually map the same buttons of the controller. This is the settings which I found out work best. Now I can actually obtain directional shooting on the Mega Drive version as well. I'll just let this hang here in case you guys want to use this for yourself. I of course managed to put this ROM on my Retroid Pocket as well, so I could play this on the go on that clear IPS screen, looking very sharp. There are some strategies as well which I don't mind sharing. Knowing where the actual boss is located on the map, you could then create a smaller path to get to him, lowering your chances of losing health along the way. Also, you will find hostages to rescue, as well as dog tags where you can collect them and power up your character in between stages. Doing so is rather satisfying because you can then increase your maximum health, firepower, speed and much more. Reception of Xenocrises was generally positive. The game has been well received and is a great addition now for the Mega Drive and the Dreamcast console. In case you were wondering how I was capturing my Dreamcast footage, I was using that level height HDMI adapter, using some video tweaks, and I was plugging that into the M Classic adapter. I have done reviews both on these units. Another shameless plugin, why not, but you'll find them in the description box below.
Well, I must have to say, a great job from Bitmap Bureau. Can't wait to see any further titles they release, especially if I manage to get the games that they've already done and put them on the Dreamcast. That'd be pretty awesome. So a game that actually did come out in 2017. I know I'm a bit late to the party on this review, but I wanted to try and get my hands on this for quite a while, so finally I can actually put this now in my Dreamcast collection of indie releases. So as always, if you like this video, hit that button. If you want to help me support this channel, easily just click subscribe, leave your comments below, and I catch you lot on the next video.
No!